U.S. workers looking toward the future are worried about job security, according to a new survey from Bankrate. 1 in 3 are concerned about a recession, despite the latest employment report, which shows the U.S. economy continues to create jobs at a strong pace. And we're going to break down the numbers and what you may want to consider regarding your own job security with Sarah Foster, an analyst for Bankrate.com. Sarah, thanks for joining us.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
The survey found that 88% of people who are worried about their job security plan to take action within the next 12 months. What does that actually mean? Quit a job, ask for a raise, or maybe a promotion?
Well, frankly, it means that Americans are still pursuing additional career opportunities, even in the face of a recession, which is something that has been, economically speaking, a little bit contradictory when we're looking at least one of the career actions that American workers are thinking about taking. Those include either quitting a job, searching for a new job, starting a new job, and even negotiating for higher pay or asking for more flexibility.
You know, Sarah, worry appears to be a motivating factor in the decision to leave a job. So why do you think people really are concerned? Some people leaving jobs. When would it appear if you are worried? When should you stay?
Yeah, I think, at least economically speaking, the reason why we think it's a little bit contradictory is because workers who are thinking about leaving a job or who even might be interested in negotiating for a better opportunity within their own position, those are thought to be features of an economy that makes people a little bit, makes people feel confident about where it's heading. But frankly, for the past year, workers have really been told that they're at the precipice of another recession. And that's, of course, because inflation has been high and the Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates at the fastest pace in 40 years to slow the economy. And so what I think right now, what you may have is an instance of maybe workers saying, yeah, we are a little bit worried right now about the direction of the economy, but we're also taking advantage of this resilient job market while we can and making sure that we can find a better opportunity.
Sarah, a big part of the worry is that the U.S. economy will fall into recession this year. What steps can people take to find the right job or move their career forward, even if the economy slows down?
The most important point we really want to stress is that a recession does not need to interrupt your career goals or your additional job opportunities. It might just mean the way you go about searching for those opportunities has to be a little bit different. What I would like to say to Americans is that really think about the skills that you bring to the table as a worker, what sets you apart, and how you've at least helped your company increase their bottom line. That can make you invaluable at a time when the direction of the economy looks to be heading in a bad angle. And I think, of course, leverage your network and find opportunities out there that might not be publicly posted.
Sarah, do you find that the worry is among people who are older or those who are just entering the workforce? Are they concerned and really looking at this closely?
Yeah, well, interestingly enough, we saw that worries about job security kind of tend to skew towards the younger side. We
Mm.
saw that of the 1 in 3 Americans who are worried about their job security, 42% of millennials say that they're worried, and 36% of Gen Z say that they are as well. That compares with 29% of Gen X and 10% of boomers. Maybe what this is just a story of, these once in a lifetime back to back recessions, starting first with the Great Recession and then followed by the coronavirus pandemic in 2020. That's really altered our perceptions about kind of the way we think downturns work. And when you say the R word, frankly, we picture things just like that. But what we have really been trying to underscore to Americans at Bankrate is that it's important to know that recessions are not always as severe as those two downturns. And just because, we might be facing a potential recession down the road, it doesn't mean that you would face this position where you won't be able to find new opportunities.
We've been joined by Sarah Foster, an analyst with Bankrate.com. Thank you for joining us on the town hall this evening.
Thanks for having me.